Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Light up, let the good vibes flow. It's Gorillas Cigar Lounge, the place to go. Politics, nerds, and the good old days. Grab your drink, join the talk, let's set it ablaze. Welcome to the lounge where the smokes rise high, where we talk what matters, no sugar, no lie. From galaxy far away to the world outside, Gorillas Cigar Lounge where legends reside. Starships and memories, debates get real. We're saving the world with a mic and some seal. Laughs and wisdom, we're bringing the heat. So pull up a chair, you're in for a treat. Welcome to the lounge where the smokes rise high, where we talk what matters, no sugar, no lie. From galaxy far away to the world outside, Gorilla Cigar Lounge where legends reside. Starships and memories, debates get real. We're saving the world with a mic and some seal. Laughs and wisdom, we're bringing the heat. So pull up a chair, you're in for a treat. Welcome to the lounge where the smokes rise high, where we talk what matters, no sugar, no lie. From galaxy far away to the world outside, Gorilla Cigar Lounge where legends reside. So spark up that stove, let's start the show. At Gorilla Cigar Lounge, let the conversation flow.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to another Cigar Lounge. Apparently, you can see my food on the camera. But before we get started here, and
Eugene Bird, you're the king. Super chats making our hearts sing. Lighting the lounge, keeping it free. You're the sugar daddy of Gorilla. Thank you, Eugene, you're the best. Better than all the rest. With every puff we raise a cheer. Eugene Bird, our hero here.
And thank you, Eugene Burt, for that $9.99 super chat. And he said the first criterion I had buying a house was, where is the floodplain? Sad thing is, children relied on immigrant adults, didn't have any recourse. Well, part of the problem, yes, was the location, and we're going to get into this tonight. But part of the problem is, this all happened at like 4:30 in the damn morning with no cell service and no sirens there. And then also, you got another one here. Thank you, Germ, for the super sticker here.
Thank you for the super chat. You're making dreams come true. Your kindness lifts us higher. We're so grateful for you. Every little sparkle, every gift you send fuels the joy and laughter. You're the best, my friend. Thank you for
Thank you very much. I am now officially fourth of the way to paying for my 2 tire patches. How are you guys doing tonight?
Not bad.
Doing okay. Doing good, Gorilla. How are you?
Doing good there. I'm still kind of bummed I didn't catch the funeral service when the funeral service was earlier, so I couldn't get off work to go see. They laid to rest to another one of my classmates. That makes it 6 out of the 110 in our class, I believe.
Wow.
And
6
I've
people.
only been out. We've only been out of school 15 years. My parents only have lost one in their classes, both of their classes. You know, my sister's only lost one. I've talked to other people. It's like, oh, maybe one. You know, it's like, well, we've lost 6.
Wow. I can't
That's
remember how
not
many.
6 isn't too bad.
No. No.
Considering out of the about 650 kids in my class, we've lost over 100.
No, you lost that many? Gee.
Well, there was a war going on.
Oh,
We,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. The
my-
wars were pretty much wrapping up wrapping up between by the time we were graduating, and then we're getting too old when by the time they restarted up. But
yeah,
should we say hello to everybody in the chat?
sure.
Yeah, welcome to the Phantom Boomer Explorers. You go some seriously bad shit going on. Yeah, yes, there is. And hey,
Yeah,
Cynthia, how's it
that's it.
going? So is this flood as bad as the one in the Bible? Plus, are the ones on the left being smug, saying that the right got what they deserved? That's not
It's not.
smugness. That's just being a complete fucking dick
Yeah,
wad from a fucking apparently the side that's supposed to be fucking tolerable.
yeah. The best way to describe it, Sniff Dan, is this. This is a flood, which happens every 100 years. Why they call it in those parts of Oklahoma and Texas a century-old flood. So when you see a flood like this, it's nothing you can prepare for. You just don't know. It'll hit at any time, and when it does, it's like
Yeah.
run for high ground. That's pretty much it. That's all you
Yeah,
can
it's
do.
just Danny's coming up. He's yeah. Like ours was a once in the last time we had a flooding that bad in where I live, it was in '69.
1969. Wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
people saying the right got what they deserved are assholes on the first degree. At least a pediatrician got a riggedy ass fire. Yeah, yeah. You want to be you want. Yeah, a lot of they immediately disavowed her and they fired her fucking ass right away, which I do not blame them because I don't know where you
Yeah,
guys live. If you do something that could potentially harm your business or your place, your practice or whatever the fuck you want to call it, there, it'll immediately they can terminate you because you're harming the business. So I'm glad she lost her $50,000 a year job.
We're at Will State. You can fire for any damn reason you want. You just can't tell the public about it.
Okay. Yeah, a bunch of sick monsters. And hey, Suzanne, how's it going? Welcome. And she said, "Hello, Gorilla." And Suzanne saying hello to all the panels. She's saying hi to Germ.
Hello, Suzanne.
Saying hello to everyone. It's nice. It's wonderful. We have a community where everybody says hello to each other. You know, makes everybody feel welcome.
Yeah, we also have Professor Brainy Specs. We haven't seen him here in a long time. So.
Yeah, have a nice nap, Suzanne. Says Old Man Bird. And not yet. I did try, but no luck. Oh, I hate those nights.
Yeah.
And hey, Hakeem, how's it going? Professor Brainy Specs, if you want to come up on the panel, I should pin the link.
Yeah. Oh, did you put up your already your poll, girl?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go check. Yeah, let me go check your live feed and try to vote the poll.
Did I put the link in the chat there?
I don't think you did.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. There, the link is pinned. Put up a fun poll tonight though. How long till I get this stream monetized? And hello, Gorilla, your Mike. It's great to see you. Hey, Hakeem, how's it going? Welcome.
Hello, Akeem.
Hey, Hakeem, if you want to come up, you've been come up too. Watch be on the bit. You're on it. Yeah, you know, because there's gonna probably be a lot to say.
I voted in the poll already.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, Professor, welcome. Here's his chat. Hey, Professor, I hope your family wasn't anywhere near the floodplains. Yeah, I hope so not.
Yeah.
Oh, probably not getting ready for my show with Matthew, but thank you for the invite. Yeah, tell Matthew I'm putting an article of impeachment for streaming over the Cigar Lounge.
Well, so did Connie Cleary. She's still Miss
Yeah,
Connie Cleary, the Bird Woman, is
yeah,
also streaming
kind
right
of.
now as well. So,
It's kind of
but we
like a
love
joke.
her, so it's
It's kind of
okay.
like a joke because well, it's kind of like a joke because Matthew used to do Babylon 5 on Monday nights. That's why I didn't stream
Why? Why
on
does he
stream
do that?
Monday. Monday.
I,
Well, he had to change his schedule. His schedule got busy, so he had to change it. Well, they used to be $10 a piece, but now they went up to $20 a piece. So I had to get two of them. Yeah. Northeast part of my city did get hit bad. I live on the other side of town. Well, I'm glad
oh
your
wow,
part of the city's glad. I feel bad for a lot of these people in Texas. Because,
me too.
Professor, if you can correct me here, that area that got hit real bad is real hilly country, and they got twice the amount of rain as what was predicted. That like they were predicting like 10 inches of rain, and they got like 20 inches of rain, and that's what.
Yeah,
And all the water ran into the Guadalupe uh, river there, uh, so that and that's what caused it to rise 30 feet, which I've never seen before. It rose 30 feet in 45 minutes, which I have never seen something that I've never seen
Yeah,
anything like I thought the five like the what was it 78 feet that Spencer had in they had last year that caused their whole town, the entire downtown to flood, and a lot of houses there. I thought that was bad, but 30 feet, holy shit!
yeah. There was a
that's
shot initially where the flood was coming, and it reminded me of the flash flood and wash that my parents live literally right next to. Their house is literally right
Yeah.
next to it. They're in
Oh, we
Arizona,
got
but I'm
yeah.
but
Oh,
I'm like,
we got a
yeah,
fluff chick raid. Yeah, hey Suzanne,
yay,
how's it
Connie's
going?
here, yay, hi
Hey,
Connie,
Gorilla, can you
and
put?
hey
Yeah,
Can you
Stan, how
throw
you
your?
doing?
I'm good, Mikey. Gorilla, can you throw your PayPal link in the chat for
yeah, I
Eugene?
did.
He wants to
Yeah, I
help you with
just
your
did.
patches.
Yeah, I just did.
Well, fine.
I got
Yeah.
yeah.
So as I was just gonna finish real quick, so my parents literally live next to a flash flood wash, and the only other time I've seen water flow that fast, this guy who named Gavin, who shot the initial as the water was coming down, uh, I had seen a similar one time when it rained, and it was just it was a brief rainstorm. It was just thunderstorm and everything. Next thing you know, this whole big wall of water comes down my parents' wash,
Yeah.
literally, and it filled up the entire wash area about halfway up. So yeah, they
Yeah.
were pretty close to that. They're right next to it. So
Oh,
flash
oh
floods
wait.
in Arizona happen at any time.
Yeah. And answer Suzanne, I got the tires patched. I just gotta go in and pay for them. That
Or what are
they
we talking? A
fixed them today.
bicycle, a vehicle, or what?
Oh, it's my car tires.
But
Oh,
what kind of tires are they? What kind of tires are they? What brand are they? Or are you allowed to
Block
say?
tires.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think
Read
the
it.
I used to get was
Read.
AC Delco. They used to do AC Delco, but I'm not sure what they do now.
Oh, it's the Delco. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, those are pretty good.
let's see. Let's
Yeah,
see. Yes, they did get a lot more rain than forecasted. The northeast part of the San Angelo got up to 15 inches. Holy sh! Sadly,
yeah.
there was one. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Was it someone you knew, Professor? Or, I don't know, like if your town's like one of those towns where like we know everybody here, here. So like if something happens to someone, we all know it. And we all. And welcome, Jeff B. And you have a good night there. He's just doing a drive by. Well, I'll probably already demonetized because I spent so much time with the people. And normally, I don't tend to insult people because I feel like that's just a sign of low intelligence. If you insult people, that's just a sign of low intelligence. If you don't have if you don't have an argument, you just go straight to the insults there. But after seeing some of these people, these Timu Forrest Gumps on Twitter, these Reddit retards, and these TikTok twats saying that these children deserved it. No, no, they do not deserve it. Deserve it. Oh, there's 100. Oh, you live in 100,000. Okay. Yeah, I live in a town of 1,600 people. My town's smaller than Germ's apartment complex.
There's 200 in my town.
That's still too big for me.
200. Yep.
Yeah, I want to move out to Bergen where the population's like 3.
Yeah, well,
No, but
Scarborough still has at least over quarter of a million people in it. So,
Yeah.
and then, of course, Toronto, which has over 2 million people in the city alone. Yeah. So I live with all those people.
Germ, do you happen to know where? Do you happen to? Oh, I gotta find a map here. But that like some of the people were saying that this was all cloud seeding. No, and there was cloud seeding in Texas, but this stuff's so heavily regulated that the cloud seeding actually took place 150 miles southeast of this area. So
yeah, it's it's possible, but extremely unlikely. That is the cloud seeding.
yeah, they are the company that they're claiming did already said no, that was not. We did not do any cloud seeding. They said their cloud seeding was 150 miles southeast of there.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of distance, but for something like that, it's relatively close. But even then, it's very unlikely for it to cause. Let's just say there's only been one other time that cloud seeding has caused catastrophic rains, and that was purely by accident.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, just
Eugene Bird, you're the king. Super Chat's making our cigars sing. Lighting the lounge, keep it free. You're the sugar daddy of Gorilla. Thank you, Eugene. You're the best, better than all the rest. With every puff, we raise a cheer. Eugene Bird, our hero here.
Thank you very much for that Eugene. That's very generous of you. Hey, tell me if you ever want to do whatever you want to pick for watch parties, just let me know. Or if you want us to do actual sit down reviews like we do with the Waltons there and stuff, let me know in the comment sections there. But
thanks, Eugene.
Yeah. But
hey, Gorilla, I get my vehicle back in another week and a half.
Oh, nice. What was wrong with
it? Awesome.
$4,000. That's what was wrong with it.
Holy crap.
That sounds either like you cracked the head or
no. When you move from another province, you have to safety the vehicle into the new province. And depending on where you live and where you came from, will depend on what the hell that's going to cost you. So I needed brand new tires. I took it in for a service, complete overhaul, top to bottom, while this province is against salt and rust. So anything that was under the undercarriage needed replacing or fixing or what have you. So they said something about the front axle or rear axle. Anyway, it's $4,000 later, and I can pick it up on the 18th when I get paid. I'll be broke for months and months and months on end, but we'll have our vehicle back.
Oh, that sucks that you have to do the safety thing.
Yeah. Yes. Ready for safety now. Oh, I needed a new windshield too.
What? Oh, yeah.
That'll be convenient when you run over the regulator.
What's that?
That'll be convenient when you have to run over the regulator who made you pay all that money.
Yeah,
no shit.
No.
But it'll be nice. We've been without it for 6 months because there's no way I have that kind of cash, right? So I gotta pull and pinch, and we'll be okay on the 18th to get it back at least. But it'll be a good year before we're doing anything with it. But at least we'll have it.
Yeah, at least they didn't like totally condemn the car.
No.
Right. Well, we always got you in our prayers, Susie. You know that.
Yeah. Harlem's a good kid. Our town is so small. We have one store. It's the store, the liquor store, the grocery store, and the gas station all in one. So it's one store. He walks there, he gets the groceries, he comes home. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jeremy, you're saying before the stream, how many are still missing?
Last time I
11.
checked, it was about 11.
11.
Well, that's not bad.
That was quite a while ago, though. That was this morning.
Yeah. Well, Mike, this would be a good time to do that prayer. Then when we're talking about the.
You want me to go ahead and do it? Okay. All right. So in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and the Holy Ghost. Yes. I did say that once in a while.
We call it the Holy Spirit.
Dear Lord, we are praying tonight, especially for the victims and their families in the recent flood disasters that have happened outside of San Antonio, Texas. And also, we are praying that the souls of the 11 girls that are still missing can be found and that the families can receive closure, Lord. So we ask your Son, Jesus Christ, his Blessed Mother, Virgin Mary, and the Holy Spirit. Of course, we also ask all of our patron saints and angels to watch over all the families and to bring everyone home. So we all ask for this in your name. Amen and amen. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Thank you, Mikey.
Amen.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome, girl.
And hopefully there's not more people missing. Like this picked the worst time to happen too, with the being 4th of July weekend, because a lot of campgrounds set up along. People said, why do they set up along rivers? Because when people want to go camping or they go to camps, they want to fish, they want to swim. Personally, I prefer a lake, but I don't blame them for wanting to camp along the river. I don't blame them one bit. And the biggest problem with this is they issued a flood watch at 12:31 a.m. They issued a flash flood warning at like 1:30, then at like 5:35 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They issued a flash flood emergency. Well, we got a couple problems with this.
Yeah, well, I was even going to say that even lakes, there are a lot of lakes in Texas. I had only seen maybe one or two or three, but I know that when they have severe rain like that, and like I said, no one can prepare for that. You think that it's only going to rain so much, but then it rains even more than expected, and you're going to have no way to prepare for that. So even some of the lakes can easily overflow and cause even more damage because they're overflowing and they're going into the flood.
Yeah, we had that last year, and they had to create no way. They had to ban all boats. They started out with no wake zones. That they banned all boating on the lakes just so they would not create any kind of wake, would not displace any more water than is already to try to protect the shorelines here. But the part of the area that got hit the hardest has very low cell phone coverage, So, so the alerts going out. People may not get the alerts because of the no service or very poor cell phone service. They're talking about putting sirens up around these camping, because there's like 20 some camps along this section of the river. They're talking about putting up like tornado sirens and all that, or they could be considered emergency broadcast sirens. If something was to happen, it's on the siren so people can be alerted. That never happened. I do not know the reason. There could be very good reason why that did not happen.
So, yeah.
But
is Camp Mystic a total loss? Is it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of those
it's not a permanent, not permanent structures anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just
You got
think of
maybe
like
a couple of cabins every couple miles.
Right.
yeah, it's all
Mainly
log.
just campgrounds.
It's all log cabins. They're not. They're not very. They're not. They wouldn't even stand up to an F1 tornado. But then also it's 5:30 in the morning. How many people are up at 5:30 in the morning? Look, especially if you're not getting alerts. The river rose so fast they couldn't get. You can't get. The emergency responders have a lot more to do than they just hoping everybody got the warning and were able to get out. They cannot just go along the river like Paul Revere going, the river is rising, the river is rising, the river is rising. Everything just happened way too fast. It's one of those tragedies that hopefully we can learn from in the future.
Well, I think if they're going to rebuild
Yeah,
Camp Mystic, they need to put it on higher ground, obviously.
There's nothing really to rebuild. As I said, there's not really permanent structures there.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if they want to reestablish it, that's what I'm saying, Jerome, is
Yeah.
they can, if they want to reestablish the camp itself, they can find higher ground. There is higher ground in Texas. I know there is. Oklahoma, I can't say so much, but
Yeah.
I do know in Texas they do.
Well, I know in Kansas they don't, because they did a scientific study and they put a pancake underneath the microscopes and everything. And Kansas is indeed flatter than the pancake.
Yeah,
could
but
also build up
Oklahoma's
on
worse
stilts.
than Kansas. Yeah.
What's that, Suzanne?
Could also build up on stilts. Look at places like Vietnam.
Yeah, this is just something that was unprecedented. Like they're maybe that when they rebuild they'll keep the flood in mind when they're rebuilding it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put things up on stilts.
Or they just do the paranoid thing. Like when I was a kid, someone always stays up. Even when we were camping as kids on a state park, either my father or my uncle, or even later on myself or my brother, someone was always up. Just in case something insane happened.
Yeah.
And then you can warn everybody, right? Yeah.
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 And Boomer says he got some meat. Be right back. Okay. And Boomer, 30 feet an hour. Yeah, I've never heard of that. It even took 5 hours for the Sioux River and Spencer rose 5. They're that much.
Yeah. And this happened at night, right, Gorilla? This is when it initially, so how could anybody be prepared late at night like that, knowing that all of a sudden you got floodwaters coming into your cabin and all that? How would you know?
It wasn't even like it was a normal.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Am I wrong in saying that that's like a dam breaking?
Yeah, it is very close to a dam breaking because
it is. There's a dam nearby from that region.
That is the only time I've seen a river crest that fastly is when a dam or something blocking it just goes away.
I've watched videos.
Either that or a typhoon is the only way it can ever really happen here.
Yeah, I've watched videos of like I said, there was a guy named Gavin who took a really great video. Well, maybe not so great, but a video of showing how fast the water itself was moving. And there's just no way. Like if you're down there and good luck to you, if you survive it, good luck, but no, it was just coming. Yeah.
This was Texas.
This is Texas here.
Wow.
Here's the Llano River. The show kind of like how fast the road is rising here. It's not a very good video, but
now this is the wow. Yeah. Oh my god, that's time lapse. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's just a wall of water. It's still rising.
Yeah. That looks almost as bad as the that looks almost as bad as the early floods we had back in the 70s, when there wasn't a lot of structures around. But we were living in Scottsdale, South Scottsdale at the time, and I know that when we had major flooding, I mean it filled in like in minutes, like literally less than 10 minutes. It got the entire river, the Verde River and some of the other rivers that come through Tempe, flooded the whole thing. This was even before they built the Mill Street Bridge. You couldn't even get across. Looks exactly like that. I mean, that's very quick. Yeah, that's
where did the water come from? Was there like some crazy storm or what?
It's a very hilly area, and they got 20 inches of rain there in a torrential downpour, and it all ran down the hills into the river.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I can't imagine. But let's not forget.
It's also very poor drainage in that area.
Very.
It's not like like in California, Washington, everything. The ground will absorb very quickly, and the topography around here is designed to flow everything toward natural water channels.
Well, they also they're in a drought, so and the ground is too much rain too fast for the ground to absorb it.
Yeah.
We'd have to get.
And apparently, the system stalled out. It's supposed to roll through, and they're going to get like a third or half of what they actually got.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, it just hit the brakes and decided to dump everything right there.
Yeah. Wasn't this a remnants of Beryl or Barry or whatever? This was like remnants of the tropical storm, but what else is very common, especially in Texas, Oklahoma, and up even in my area, when you get these hot, like 80 degree days with like 70 to 80% humidity, we have what you call supercells form where I watched this very, very quickly. There was absolutely nothing on the radar when I left work. I drove 13 miles home on interstate, which I was going 75, 80 miles an hour. I'm not admitting to speeding at all. But when I got home there, like 10 minutes later, a cell popped up. It was already producing 80-mile-an-hour winds and ping pong size hail. That's how fast these supercells grow, and they grow. And I've seen these cells also stall out in areas.
We just recently had. In fact, it was the other day. We had a tornado of all things over in eastern Ontario. Not close enough to where Suzanne and I are at, the cats, but not too far away.
You guys got tornado sirens up in your area?
We do, but I didn't hear anything go off. So
they're meant for.
They said it wasn't close enough. We do have a siren. Okay, we do.
Okay,
we have a major siren.
They're designed to be heard outside only. They're heard.
Oh yeah, no. If we're gonna get a tornado, we will hear it. We'll know.
Okay.
Immediately, sirens will go off. Everybody will tell us to go to a shelter or go downstairs or stay out of the path of it. Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to catch up on chats here. I got 2 chats. Kansas flatter the girl's loaf of bread. Yeah. Remember, people, just don't throw your groceries in the chair there, or at least look in the chair before you sit down. Of course, I didn't do that today either. I sat on the cat.
Yeah. That's the funny thing I found out when I was living in Oklahoma. Kansas and Oklahoma are always competing to see who's the flattest and the most isolated.
Kansas has it. But but another thing that people have been saying about this is it's just, but they're all everybody before the emergency crews were even dispatched to go start looking for survivors and that. People are all saying this is all Trump's fault. What, can you control the fucking weather? Second, they're saying, it's because of his budget cuts to NWS. That's there, and they had to cut staff. Okay, normally at any given time, there's 2 meteorologists on staff, but they're expecting some weather to come in, so that they had 5 people on staff, so they're overstaffed what they normally are for any given time. There, and if you're also those budget cuts don't take effect till October. There, and if you really, really want to blame it on them being understaffed. Well, 2024 and the National Weather Service got budget cuts there, and 640 people lost their jobs there under Biden. But I'm not going to blame Biden for this. This was a freak of nature. We'll pray for the people who lost their lives, and we'll pray for, and hopefully anybody who's still missing can be found alive. And they are still finding survivors. They just found I believe I just seen a story. They found a lady who got caught up in the flood there, and they managed to she managed to cling onto a branch of a tree as she's getting swept down the river, and was able to climb up into a tree.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
High enough up so that she couldn't get killed. Yeah.
Hey, Scurvy, and you had us worried. I haven't seen you since before the 4th of July. I thought we didn't know if you got caught up in this or not, because I haven't seen you since the 4th of July. But welcome. I'm glad to see you here, Scurvy.
Good to see you, Sir Lemon.
Yeah. And saying hello to, in no particular order, Grellinger, Mikey, Suzanne.
And he says, bye. Boomer says, bye. Yeah, now, Lemon, I know Lemon lives near Houston.
Suzanne, did you want to say anything before you have to go?
Yeah, no, just thanks for having me on. It's pretty hot in here. Thanks.
Yeah, I should send you a picture of a swamp cooler there to help you.
Whoops.
Remind me to send a picture of the swamp cooler to Suzanne. It's very easy to build. Real cheap, too. I've been a little bit more scarce from YouTube than usual. Yeah. Well, I know you're in Texas. I just don't know what part. The Canadian Spider-Man looking for you too, Scurvy.
He's in the Houston area, Gorilla. He's far enough away from it. So.
All right. I think the 4th person I know in the Houston area. Mm-hmm. And Hakeem says hello to Scurvy's. We're glad he's safe. Everybody's saying hello. There. I thought PvP said he was going to be out in a minute, but I guess not. But, yeah. Oh, was it going to show the camp? I was going to show the camps, wasn't I?
Do you have is this drone footage of the camp itself? Or what would have been, what's left of it? Yeah.
Let's see how good my Spanish is here.
I want you to try this.
I'm looking at this. Okay, there. Oh, this must be the.
Yeah, Lemon says he's in South Texas. Yeah, I know Lemon. I know you mentioned to me you're close to Houston, around that area. So.
Yeah. So here's this here. I can't make it much bigger. This is in Georgetown. This is along the Guadalupe
Georgetown, Texas. Yeah. Yeah, there is a Georgetown, Texas. Believe it or not. There it is.
But this ain't the camps I was looking for.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they got more. Oh, here's one of the pictures from the camps there.
Wow.
Yeah, those buildings might be salvageable there, as long as it's not like drywall. If it's mostly wood, they might be able to salvage it.
Yeah.
You're right. They could salvage it. Yeah, they could. Yes, they could.
Yeah.
Actually, part of that looks like stone, so.
Yeah. It has a stone wall around it, but along this part of the river here, the Guadalupe River near Kerrville.
The Guadalupe River.
Yeah, here's the camp Mystic that was first affected, but there's a camp here, 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 here. Yeah, they're far enough away from the city there. They're 20 miles from the town there. Any town.
Yeah.
Kerrville is
right. Kerrville is the closest, but Kerrville's not too far from, like I said, from San Antonio, which is where the area is.
Yeah, and
of devastation.
Yeah, it's looking like it's looking like there's over 100 dead, but they're still searching. Well,
Lemon says that I've never said anything more specific than South Texas ever, but Mikey likes to make guesses to try to narrow it down.
let's see. Eugene Bird, you were in Plebes stream or Pleb
Lead
stream?
stream? Okay.
Think so. No, I just missed you today on Nemesis stream. Okay, and Cap
And I saw
Mystic.
Gorilla. Yeah, Camp Mystic. And I saw
Yeah.
you Gorilla on Connie Cleary's. Yeah, so.
Yeah. And hey, Herc, how's it going? Welcome.
Hey, Herc 130.
I
How you
never
doing?
said anything more than South Texas ever, but Mikey looks big. You know, I have this slight talent here, where when I listen to people, I can pick up on little details, like they'll say like something like like one person goes, he likes to go out to these woods and all that, and he likes to go to the beach, and I know he's in England. I know he was like north of London, And he said he has his castle not too far from him, and he has a school here. And there's a larger school, all this little stuff, and I mentioned him, go, hey, so what street is yours in here? Is it this one? He's like, what the fuck? How the fuck did you figure that out? Well, I didn't quite say it that way, but he was shocked that I was able to figure out down to almost the street where he was from. Because I was just picking up little details of when he was talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see, Eugene Bird has been a long ass modding chats get crazy when they break 1 point. Oh, well, who had 1.2 thousand viewers?
Yeah, who had that in chat?
Yeah. And Eugene, you have been safe and dry. Yeah. So far, everybody that I know in Texas, there has not been affected by the flooding, except now Professor Brainy Specs was close to it, but it did not affect him personally.
Yeah, and he's with Anna and the family, so yeah, they're okay. Yeah, I'm glad they're okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I am just south of Austin, dry. Didn't choose a house by any of the creeks here. They certainly flood. We have Onion Creek, Garlic Creek, Shoal Creek, Colorado Creek. For the first two creeks, they're go ahead on the roll. We have Onion Creek, Garlic Creek, Basil Creek, Thyme Creek, Oregano Creek.
The Colorado River? Yeah, you're pretty close to that, aren't you, Bert? Yeah.
River went through Arizona.
Well, a majority, it starts from Colorado, but most of it splits between California and Arizona, and partly some of Utah as well. I think the upper part of Utah gets it, but that's the majority of where the Colorado River is. But I think he's talking about like tricklets, which go
tributaries,
from the initial huge river,
tributaries,
go down into Texas. Yeah, there's a few because they go. It goes. Yeah, by way of New Mexico, actually. So yeah, you're right there, old member.
I'm looking at something up here.
Yeah, I mean, when I was living back in Arizona, like I said, when it came to flash floods, we would only get a brief warning. And then all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, you see all this big, huge wall of water, probably at least 10 to 15 feet high, that's coming down on your ass. And if you're nowhere near high ground, you're like, oh, shit, Yeah.
Well, you want to know why we got such bad flooding in the Midwest here sometimes?
Tell me why.
No, I'm going to do one better. I'll show you. This is the Mississippi River Basin.
All right.
This is all the tributaries. No, I don't give a shit about Snopes. I'm just using them because they got the map. But this is all the rivers and the tributaries that flow into the Mississippi.
Into the Mississippi Delta, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're completely. That's why
we're completely screwed. Then, if any of your tributaries overflow, you're pretty much screwed.
Well, Well, it stays like isolated to the creeks and the rivers,
Yeah,
but everything flows downstream. That's why your flood warnings move downstream.
yeah. If you're lucky to get a floodplain warning, if something comes
Well,
through.
no, they're better with the flood forecast than the tornado forecast.
Oh,
The
oh,
flood,
right, Bird. Thank you. Okay.
yeah, no, most of the time the floodplains do. You get like a day or you get like they know like heavy rains coming in. They'll issue flood watches
Uh,
and stuff. But like the tornadoes there, hell, half the time they don't even issue a warning until your house is 50 feet from where you built it.
oh wow.
Yeah, I'm saying hello to Herc. Eugene, oh yeah, we read that. We read that one. I've had some personal stuff taking my attention, but I'm safe and fine. I figured I better let people know I'm not. Yeah, yeah, because I had
Yeah,
no idea where you were in Texas there, and so far
yeah.
every YouTuber I've known says. But we're glad you're
Well,
safe there. But yeah,
yeah,
that personal stuff does take precedent.
and I know that I watched for a few moments. I watched Professor on Jeff Nerdy on Saturday, and with John DeMarco and stuff. And I knew if I seen his face, I knew he was okay. That the floods didn't get to him, because otherwise he'd be out of his house real quick. So, yeah. So yeah, thankful. Yeah, that's good. And Bert says that the Colorado River that runs through his is different than the one I know. Yeah.
Yeah, the plug had many. It was tough, but managed it like a champ.
You
Oh,
are
you're
a champ,
great. You're a great
Suzanne.
moderator, Suzanne. Everybody have modding. I trust to do a good job.
Yeah.
And I made Bird laugh about something. So was Gorilla's truth about the floods. Oh, I just been I just there's too many of those damn Timu Forrest Gumps on Twitter, too many Reddit retards, and too many TikTok twats running their mouths there over this stuff. And about 70% of the information I've seen is not even true. The Colorado River that runs through Austin is different than one that do you know about those one flows from Austin to the Gulf. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's different. It's just a smaller tributary of the regular one I just talked about. And Bird's got it right. It goes right through to the Gulf of Mexico. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he said no one to blame with Cook Flood in the wee hours where no sirens are. Or yeah, no cell service either. Or very
Yes, you
poor cell
can't
service.
or cell service. So you can't blame the government for
Yeah.
this.
And
This is just yeah. Yeah, this
yeah,
is just a century old. Like I said, it's called a century old flood, which means it usually happens every 100 years. It's excessive rain, uh, flooding, which is excessive, huge amount of damage. You don't see this all the time. So this is
yeah,
not something they were prepared for, especially in the middle of the night when you have no idea until it hits you. So yeah, I mean
yeah,
that was unfortunate. Yeah, very, very,
yeah.
very unfortunate.
And Bird's giving clapping to Suzanne. No, not a problem, Suzanne. And she says, thanks, etc. No, another thing, no, Ted Cruz kind of had this coming, but a couple of years ago, Texas got hit with a winter storm that they're not accustomed to. Like, I didn't realize that windmills could freeze up like they did in Texas, because
Uh,
apparently we winterize our windmills up here, that caused a lot of power outages, and I think a
yeah,
few people died. But
it,
yeah, it's but I don't blame him for what happened. But I can see people taking advantage of it, where they call him Cancun Tim now, or or Cancun Cruz or whatever, because
um,
yeah, that winter storm was coming, so him and his family, he just took his family, hey, let's go on vacation down to Cancun. But once he realized how bad it was, he got on a plane and came right back. I could, it's no different than Mayor Bass going over. Well, I don't know. Like the part I criticize about Mayor Bass is like why is she going and talking to the world leaders of another country? Everybody like but she did come back right after the fires happened. But her whole issue was she didn't know how. She just ignored the press on those questions instead of just saying, "Hey, there was no active fires when I left. I got invited to this thing, blah blah blah, blah. And as soon as I heard about the fires, I got on the first plane and got back. What more do you want?" That's what I would said, only a lot more vulgar. But there's a reason why I'm not a politician.
Yeah,
and I don't speak like
and
that.
to be more precise, Ted Cruz shouldn't have been there. Ted Cruz's place is in Washington, not in Texas.
Well, he's a Texas senator.
So
his place was when a disaster like this strikes. He should be there.
He should be in Washington lobbying to get emergency funding for Texas.
Right.
Well, Chip Roy came down there too. Yeah, because that's Chip Roy's district, if I remember correctly.
Did LDG ever tell us what happened with him when one of the few times down there in Florida they had actual snowfall, that the snow actually fell that far south?
Yeah. Well, they were all sitting in the corner sucking their thumb wondering what the hell to do.
They're all panicking on what this white stuff was.
Yeah. LDG though went out.
They tried snorting it, but it didn't work.
Yeah. This is unconfirmed, but I heard LDG went out and bought a bunch of pacifiers for the snow. And since he's not here, he cannot disprove it. Let's see. As Maria Serta celebrated fuck about it. I don't pay attention to the Hollywood ones there. I mostly when I'm looking on Twitter at the stuff there's two people I mostly attack. That'd be that crackhead Brooklyn Dad Defiant or whatever the hell he goes by, the one that tried selling his kids for crack. Another one is Harry Butthole Sisson, which he handled his scandal all wrong, where he kept there denying that he's asking these girls. Well, who says for butthole pics? They want the pics of their butts, But he should have just only go, just whatever guy does, blah 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 blah. But said he did the worst he could do just by sitting there, just going denying it, threatening to sue these girls and all this other crap.
Yeah, but in his defense, no one buys that he's interested in women.
Yeah, but that's one of those he should have just owned up to it, and everybody been like, okay, he's just another guy, I guess, and everybody will have forgotten about it in a day or two. Let's see, winterizing, what's that? And Mikey's being a grammar German from 1940.
I'm being the grammar police. I told you, if you're gonna misspell, do it right. Don't just go tap 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 and you can't get it.
Yeah, it's good. This is winter.
Yes.
Yeah. And
well, we had snow. Well, we had snow. I love telling this story. We had snow one time in central Arizona. We lived in Scottsdale at the time, and this was before I met Suzanne. And Suzanne said that there was going to be snow coming, and I didn't believe her at first. We had over 3 inches of snowfall, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it fell in the middle of February, which is usually, our warm time. And the highway, which was State Route 101, the people were driving it with all this snowfall coming down and winter-like conditions, and they're going like, wait a second, I can't drive in this. It was like people trying to drive in Chicago when you have a major snowstorm or a blizzard come through. It was hilarious.
Hey, PvP, how's it going?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. You're on early today. So
PvP.
Missed the first good chunk here, but oh well. Hey, Mikey. Hey, Germ.
I'm gonna catch up on chats here. Let's see.
Yeah, go ahead,
What's the
Gorilla.
largest chat you had to moderate? Oh, I bet you 500. Scurvy, something I will start doing in September. LOL. Winters are brutal here. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't think Scurvy can handle that. I know Suzanne knows exactly what I'm talking about on this. I don't think Scurvy can handle the -40 with the -70 wind chill. That's when we can talk about cold. Old Man Bird Tony's probably.
Yeah.
Angie Bird, I was hoping to have Scurvy to help me, but realized he's a part of the channel. Do or do not, there is no Troy.
There is no Troy.
It's Scurvy. Tony can get rather large. Oh yeah, he has a good thing go. He has a good thing going there. He gets the people to come in. Oh, which
you said that Tony can get rather large?
Yeah.
Oh God.
The Plebe Reporter Scurvy. There was one other mod, but unless it tits on a camel's arse.
You said the tits on a camel's arse. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me quote this. If you're going to misspell, do it right. Mikey, 2025.
Kind of like, yeah. Mikey wants the misspelling, like when I was spelling panel wrong, and I forgot to put the P on there, so it said open.
Well, you mean the apostrophe? Camel's arse. Camels requires an apostrophe between the L and the
I don't
S.
care. Yeah, I'm not gonna get that.
And I'm sorry, Suzanne, but you're missing the E in useless, but that's okay. Just saying. I pay attention. I read stuff. Okay, come on.
-70 with wind chill sounds made up. All right, Scurvy. This winter, I'll take a pit Snapchat of our weather thing.
You don't want to. Hey, Lemon, you don't want to forget your gloves when it's that cold. I'll tell you that right now. I forgot my gloves as a kid one time when it was -20. Walk over to the local store, which took like maybe 15 minutes. By the time I got home, my fingers were so painful and so numb. I had to run them under the sink for like half an hour just to start to get a feeling back in the damn things. Like it's frostbite. You don't want to screw around with frostbite.
Yeah. Well, -20 is not so bad. It's when you get the wind that's what makes it cold. And
yeah.
Gorilla, my boy wears running shoes all winter and the sweater at best. Well, I wear shoes all year long. Well, to be fair, Mikey, that mod was missing a few things as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, said I call her Morena. That's my story. Oh, I'll let you stick to it there, Scurvy. Oh, man, there's one more thing I was going to mention on the flood, but I can't remember what. Oh, did you guys all see that one cunt talk about how she didn't feel bad for all the girls at Mystic Lake because it's a white-only Christian camp?
Yeah, I saw her.
Boy, you got to
that there was 3 Mexican women who were the counselors with the girls that they had survived.
Yeah, and those counselors are all dead, weren't they? Because they were all trying to save the girls, or they're responsible for some of those girls still being alive, getting them out of there. But they got caught up in the flash flooding also.
So some woman was actually happy that a bunch of young girls died.
Oh no, it's more than one woman. There's a bunch of them. There's an actual lady who lost her $150,000 to $200,000 job as a pediatrician there for saying that Kirk County mostly voted for Trump, so they deserved it.
So she's a pediatrician that hates kids if their parents voted the wrong way.
Yep.
Oh boy, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it, guys?
Yeah. So no
Wow.
practice. I guarantee
Unreal.
it. Unless she starts her own practice, which will flop because
I hope so.
Unless she goes to like a very dense blue city, there no practice to get hired because that's just a liability right there. They fired her.
Yeah.
As soon as they spotted that, they had to do damage control, a press release disavowing all her comments, and they fired her on the spot.
Good.
I will fire your ass on camera. Personally.
That's crazy, though. I can't believe how nasty some people are these days. Like, can't these people just, just keep their big dumb mouths shut?
Yeah.
And do the world a favor?
Like when we're talking about the fires there, I mean, I never once even said that they deserved it because of the way they voted or because of all that. I did put some of the blame like on but we were talking about ways that what happened, and ways that could be prevented. And one of the ways these forest fires could be prevented is by doing forest management, which everybody's mocking when they say rake the forest. No, you clean up the dead brush so it has nothing to burn. These trees have a lot of water in them, but if you let dead brush sit there and lay around, that's just kindling.
Basically, yeah. We have the same problem here. We got a government that I don't think they do enough of forest management. They really don't.
I'm not saying you have to go get every second dead leaf, but you can't have a foot of dead foliage on the ground.
Well, no. And the thing is, too, now the government wants, private citizens living in interface areas that do have brush around their homes. The government more and more wants them to take the time and effort and money to remove the brush instead of the government helping out at all.
Well, if it's on their property, that should be the property, and that should be the property owner's responsibility.
Yeah,
it's on their property.
But some of these people are probably too elderly or too ill to manage to do it themselves, right? They need assistance.
Well, that's one of the responsibility, the expenses and responsibilities of being a property owner is that if you're living in an area that's prone to fires, to keep it cleaned up.
Well, yeah, they should hire somebody to do the job for them. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
The problem is, it isn't that they're not willing to do it. It's the state of Washington stops them from doing it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's like it is. I'm not sure if BC is like that too. I'm really not up to date on the latest government policies regarding that, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was something that dumb, because we got a very stupid government here.
Yeah. But Jerm, I know you said you were wanting to do a lot of talking on these floods. What were some of the things you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, you pretty much covered it.
Oh, well, we covered all that in an hour. Yeah, because some of these people, they just do not understand that, and I've been in an argument with the person on Discord. I've been cordial, even though she's at the point of starting she's insulting me, and all she's doing is repeating the same basic talking points. There's no substance. But
oh boy.
But now I lost my train of thought.
Discord.
No, I lost what I was going to say about it.
Uh-huh.
The Discord was a little bit of a tangent.
I'm not much of a fan of Discord anyway. The few times I've got a link for something, I was looking up a subject and I somehow got a Discord link, and I don't know. It just seems like a lot of people on there whining and moaning and complaining, right?
Well, my buddy
wildfires again.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Suzanne. Oh, here, let's catch up on chats. Maybe it'll come back to me here. Let's see. Running shoes. He's a lucky kid, Suzanne. My Suzanne has me wearing boots in the wintertime now. I don't wear boots. I try. He refuses boots. Well, wait till he soaks his socks and gets frostbite on his foot. Then he'll learn.
Or God forbid, if he slips on an ice slick road or an ice slick sidewalk, like I did. I almost I was on an ice slick hill and only wearing tennis shoes, and I almost killed myself. I almost broke my neck. So, I just hope it never comes to that. But maybe it'll wake him up and go put boots on.
Yeah, it's curious. The man that ran it died saving some of the girls. Yeah, I heard that. So a lot of the counselors are doing too.
Yeah.
This licitation's on. He might reconsider Suzanne.
Yeah, he might
Hopefully
reconsider.
not a nice clear road.
Well,
Yeah.
if you got snow, it is good to have something with good traction on the sole, right?
Yeah.
No.
But Mikey, you want to answer this?
Yes, I did answer it in the chat. Right now, he is back at home and safe and sound, and he is resting comfortably. I haven't heard much other than the fact that about 2 days ago, he went home on Saturday morning. So actually, a day earlier than I thought he'd go back. But I'm glad he is back. He went back there early Saturday, this past Saturday morning, and back at home safe. And Diane, his wife, let me know. So I said,
All right.
"Thank you. We're going to have him continuously in our prayers." And he said, "God bless me." She said, "So
Yeah.
yeah, he's currently resting." Yeah.
Yeah. And
Still
I haven't
good.
heard anything in a few days, scurvy, and back
Yeah.
at home safely. Great. Thanks for the update.
Oh, you're welcome, guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear you got wildfires.
Yeah.
PvP, you want? No, wait. Germ, you want to read this one?
Yeah. Germ?
Okay. Let's see. Where is it?
Fan Boomer Explosion.
Boomer. The self-righteous left is disconnected from reality. That's for damn sure. To them,
right.
everybody else is obviously wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, try living in freaking West Coast. That's literally everyone I talk to.
Yeah. And now you're through Elvis. He said to start working. And Mikey, good to know.
Good to know.
Hey, girl,
thank you,
you need to smoke with Nemesis and myself. Your memory won't matter. The problem is, I'll be asleep. The last time I actually smoked heavily there was when I ended up sleeping upside down in a chair. No, I did go and get into my mom's gummies this weekend when I went up to the city there and I had one of my THC drinks and a shit ton of beer. You know, I thought I was gonna sleep wonderfully that night. Nope, my kid refused to go to fucking sleep.
Good job, kid.
Well, which one went to the cities with me? Yeah, 3 hours of sleep that night, and she was a bitch the next day. Girl in flares,
Twin Cities,
flare socks, plastic bag. Oh, then if the wind side reaches speed, he's fine. Yeah, if the wind side reaches speed or the water side reaches speed, he's good. But once it gets below 10 degrees, you breathe in your nose and hairs turn to icicles. I remember, never been lower than -10. Oh, come up here, Boomer. We'll turn a boil. We have a Midwest tradition here when we get those
the coldest,
the -40s with the -70s wind chill. We'll take a thing of hot water. We'll throw it into the air and watch it just vaporize right in midair.
Yeah, the coldest I've ever lived in my lifetime so far is I was in Colorado Springs, Colorado, back in 1996, and for 3 straight weeks we had minus 25 degrees below zero with a wind chill factor of minus 40. I had to drive across town in the early morning, over 20 miles to get to my first job, and then I had to come back to my next one.
I call BS because
zero visibility. No way you could see anything.
Yeah, I call BS. Your car wouldn't start. Your car wouldn't start in that. Yeah,
I know, but it did. Somehow it did.
Oh,
I had a working car.
How many commercials did you get? Because I set it as low as I could.
Oh, to remove the ads?
Yeah.
That's really difficult though, because I had 1 or 2 myself.
Yeah.
With our 5-hour stream we did. So yeah.
Yeah, Eugene Bird, lucky you were. Do you call home? We have -40, -50.
Oh yeah, the colder for Suzanne. For sure.
Yeah, he lives in South Texas. There.
He's nowhere near, unless he all of a sudden has something out of Frosty the Snowman, and he has some snow that falls in his region in Texas.
No. What he's thinking of is what he'll get is the day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Great documentary, mini documentary movie.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Does anybody else have anything else on the floods?
I didn't get around to having much information, so I really don't have anything here to add.
Yeah.
You guys have probably covered it all pretty well anyway.
Oh yeah. I was just complaining how stupid people were, and I was correcting some of the biggest misinformation that is out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times I've read on some YouTube channel. I'll read comments that they're just ridiculously stupid.
Yeah,
it's quite shocking.
Okay, here's a current update from USA Today. Rescuers resumed searches for missing people by air, land, and water. Multiple flash flood warnings were active across the hill country, and the death toll from the Texas flooding disaster reached at least 109 dead, with 161 still missing.
161 are still missing. Wow.
161.
So there's probably a good chance the majority of them are probably deceased as well, right? So.
Not necessarily. You gotta remember, this is an area with very bad cell reception. There, so it could be a lot of people huddled up, hunkered down in homes that can't get reached yet.
Oh yeah,
a lot of bridges got washed out with this.
Yeah, that's possible, I suppose.
Hey, Gorilla, do they call those areas? Are they blind spots when it comes to cell phone reception?
No, it's not a blind spot. It's just a no coverage area.
A no coverage area. That's it. Okay.
Yeah. And let's see.
Sad, though.
Negative 20 bikini weather up here as teenagers use girls to go skiing on bikinis they call the ski bunnies. That was long ago. Oh
I'll bet you were gorgeous back then, Suzanne. Definitely were.
Yeah. I always give people crap when they're saying how cold 30 degrees is. I was like, that's Speedo weather. These floods are nothing compared to the eggnog flood. Oh, PvP, do you want to read this one?
Oh, lemon. These floods are nothing compared to the eggnog flood of 2023. Cosman PvP loaded up on bulk discount eggnog. Ha 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 ha.
I remember when you said PvP, you froze them and like kept them in there for 6 months.
Well, I don't know if they lasted that long. They maybe lasted 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
I probably had finished them off by the time March rolled around, actually.
Yeah.
But hey,
welcome, Dan.
When you got 2-liter eggnog for 69 cents, it's pretty hard to say no, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Hey, Mike, is that a stream? One of those things called Soda Stream bottles that you're drinking from?
This is one of these. Yeah, Soda Stream. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got one of those.
Yeah, we have one.
Yeah.
Well, used to have one. It broke. The one that we had broke, so we kept this. But yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, what are you drinking now, Gorilla?
He's drinking beer.
No, I'm not.
Wow.
Well, it's cheerleader beer. But hey, I haven't had the Green Apple Angry Orchard there. I bought a 6-pack. The Rose is pretty good. The original is wonderful. Wonderful stuff.
Nice.
This is Green Apple. I bought the Green Apple so I could take a picture and do a drink review. But I took the picture from my coworkers in it just from the Green Apple story. And
that's actually a very good question, Bird. I'll try to answer that. Where do we
all right, well, let's get down. It's called Scurvy Cute. Suzanne, how are you doing tonight? Says Dan. That we always say, but I can't help but wonder how long Larry's doctor's orders prevent him from having relations. That never crossed my mind.
Well, I'll put it another way. This is something that I know about my mom and dad. When my dad had his major heart attack back when he was 60, he had to stay in bed for a couple days, And my parents loved to fool around every once in a while, and he had to wait. He had to wait a whole week before they could do anything. And even then, my dad was so sore because remember he had just got a heart stent put in, and he had all that other surgery that was done. So I don't think you're going to be bouncing around doing the boom chicka wow wow for at least a month or so.
Yeah, I would think
guessing.
that kind of surgery must take a lot out of you. You know,
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
And that kind of image is not one I want in my head.
I would guess possibly that the doctors probably told Larry about maybe not overexerting himself. Wink, wink, say no more. If you know what I'm saying. So he's probably well aware of the limitations of his.
I think he is. I think so.
Hey, Larry, if you're listening, I am disavowing myself from this conversation. I am not part of this conversation. I'm just letting them have their free speech rights.
Oh, come on, he'd laugh at this conversation.
Not hold this channel accountable for their
Gorilla. He'd be laughing at this conversation. He'd probably be hurting inside a lot, but he'd be laughing. Come on.
If you're laughing, then I'll take full credit for the conversation. If you're not, then I'm just allowing myself for the conversation.
So is this where the demonetization point occurs, or
I'm pretty sure I already got it when I called them Reddit retards and TikTok twats.
Okay.
Yeah, BVB, did you vote in the poll?
I did.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Do you want to know? Are we going to give our votes at the end, or?
Yeah, towards the end we'll
okay.
take a look at the voting. Yeah, I know what I voted.
You can probably guess how I voted anyway. I'd be.
Yeah. Let's see, Daniel. I'm very well, thanks to your. Hey, Boomer, are you hosting a movie tonight? No, that's tomorrow night. And Friday night and Sunday nights. Hey, Beavis. He said relations.
Yeah, I'd say hey, Beavis. He said relations. Yeah, right. Boom, chicka wow wow.
Oh.
What are you doing?
I spent. My kid's behind me. I spent over $30 on food today. $14 on 7-Eleven pizza. Another $10 on drinks and other stuff. Another $10 on Harvey's. Shit, I could have put that money towards the GT collection.
Priorities there, Daniel.
God, if I was gonna spend that much on pizza, might as well just go get a freaking DiGiorno's.
No kidding.
And drinks, how much drinks did you need? Buy a 2-liter bottle of pop for $1.50.
Don't forget he lives in Canada. It's expensive up here.
No, I don't think it should be that expensive, though.
Well,
I mean, I could still buy no-name brand, Coke, the Diet Coke fake stuff. I could still probably get that for about $1.50 if I, go to the right supermarket. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be expensive.
Yeah, right. Suzanne, tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific. Now I don't feel so good. Well, that's 7-Eleven pizza for you.
Yeah, that's what happens when you eat junk food.
Tomorrow will be a busy day. My Amish lady is dropping off my egg order, so we'll be busy baking up a storm for a few days. Oh, I'm glad you got yourself an egg dealer.
There you go, Suzanne. Hey, Suzanne, make up some homemade eggnog and send it over to PvP over in.
No! I don't. No, I don't need it. I'm too fat right now. I don't need to be drinking any eggnog during the summertime. No.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I was just.
I appreciate the considerate thought, Mikey, but I'm trying to lose weight, not gain more. So.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Suzanne, after 7 Friday. 2 liters of eggnog for 69 cents times 2 million bottles. PvP is rich.
I didn't buy that many. Come on.
All right. Pop culture curator, I miss him so much, told me what I always suspected, that voting doesn't do shit. See?
Oh, it does do a lot of shit.
No, Daniels, this is where you're wrong. You're falling for the psyop there. there where they're trying to for certain parties put that information out, make people think that their voting don't matter. Yeah, in some sense it doesn't matter, no, in a way, but we got to like we got to expect rigging, so we have to come out in such numbers that to overcome that rigging. There, look at what happened in the last U.S. election. They're doing everything. Even they went. They tried to arrest him. They arrested his lawyers. They tried every charge. They tried every. They tried popping up scandals. They tried. They even went to the point they tried shooting him. But they still came out on top. So don't tell me it don't matter.
I always believed that voting matters. Even in a landslide election where you know your candidate probably it's your democratic right, and if you don't exercise your democratic rights, there could be a day when you don't have any anymore, and that's what is happening in Canada right now after our last horrible federal election went sideways because of a certain person that interfered from the outside, and then a bunch of uninformed Canadians believing every lie that our mainstream legacy, propaganda media feeds them with a spoon. So they went out and voted in large numbers for a banker who doesn't know how to run, who couldn't run a dog pound, much less a country. This guy, right? He's just clueless. And so, voting matters a lot because there were writings, Mikey. I just want to finish. There were writings that were lost by a handful of votes. One party or another party lost them by a handful of votes. And some of them, there was even recounts done in different parts of the country over the last couple of months because some ridings were just so close, they had to do a judicial recount just to be sure that they actually had counted the ballots correctly, right? So voting is extremely important, in my opinion.
Yes.
It is important. Who was it that said voting is a privilege, not a right? Somebody said that.
Oh, it's probably some Reddit retard.
Yeah,
that doesn't help me.
Well, I mean, it's obviously a right in certain countries,
right?
Because it's in our Constitution, for instance. I mean, we have the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and I'm pretty sure there's chapters in there that talk about the right to vote, but amongst many other things. Though I haven't read it in so long, I can't remember exactly the particulars, but I know it's in there somewhere. And you have your U.S. Constitution, of course. There's other countries. What was it? I guess the UK would have the Magna Carta or something. Various countries have their own versions of, democratic rights. Now, the people that don't have rights now, boy, they're the ones that are really, unlucky.
Yeah, and Suzanne says, I miss I miss Pop too. Yeah, we all miss Pop.
Yeah.
Let's see. I spent over $250 at Target today. I'm glad I don't have to go to that big shopping all that often. Food, who needs it?
Wow, that's a lot of hours.
I have the fixing for cornbread. Might make some of that. Got the temp conversions for my air fryer. Nice. I love an air fryer. I'm actually looking at it, getting one there. I just got to find the right price for one. And Boomer will be better with my vehicle back. I can go to the actual grocery stores that are cheaper than this country's bumpkin ripoff. Yeah. Let's see. Nice hot cornbread with butter and drizzle. Damn, you're making me hungry. I might have to go back for seconds for supper. Yeah, and by the time GTA 6 comes out, it'll probably be $129. I'll watch the cutscenes on YouTube for free instead. Well, I don't know if I had an Xbox there. I would probably just play it for you. I absolutely hated GTA 4. That one pissed me off. I quit after 5 minutes. Never played it. And girl, is your kiddo talking or am I losing my mind? No, he's talking. He's only hearing a fourth of the conversation, though.
Yeah.
You're not hearing what the other guys are saying. Going. You're only hearing what I'm saying. Let's see. Rip pop culture curator. Yep. Pop off on a rant was irritating, but Pop and Sci-Fi arguing and not shut up is why I shut down my live stream and never did another. Yeah, you gotta be careful to get the one. Like if people are known to sit there and are like really go at each other, not to have them on the panel at the same time. I've learned that lesson there a little bit. Or either that, just let them fight it out.
Well, Pop got pretty passionate about topic he cared about, right? So yeah, I'm sure I probably had a few a few verbal fisticuffs with Pop over the live streams occasionally.
I know I did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know you did.
Yeah.
Did you ever?
Cornbread and chili.
Ours, me and Pop Culture Curator, and to some extent, our other great friend and mentor, Bird of Prey 5, had a few things to say to each other, and believe me, they were legendary. I don't think either of us even won the fights, especially with me and Pop, because Pop being a former military man, knew a lot, and
don't forget he also had a background in teaching, which was that's like double jeopardy, ex-military and teacher. He's going to have opinions and go tell you what to go do with yourself.
I felt like I was, because granted, I had great teachers growing up. I won't go into great detail, but I had great teachers growing up. But this was one of the few teachers I could say, this guy had it in for me, and I wasn't going to back down. I wasn't going to resist. I was going to look, I am against you because I know you don't have all the facts. That's how he and I got into it.
Yeah, so. Well, you guys just didn't mix personality-wise too well. That's all.
Yeah. All right, guys. Welcome to the panel, Daniel. Let's catch up on these chats. We got a lot of chats. We got about 30
go
chats.
through the chats. Go ahead.
Let's see. Cornbread and chili. David, I don't want chili. You son of a bitch. Eugene Bird, are you a gamer? Oh, that's funny, PvP. He couldn't even run a dog pound.
Well, he never did. That's the thing. He never ran, like he's never a school, in the school council. He was never a mayor of any place. He was never a provincial premier. He never served on any levels of government before. And then he gets jettisoned into the prime minister's office. It's absurd. It really is.
Let's see. You remember, Mike? I think you were on the stream when Pop said that.
Mm-hmm. I was.
I think I was there too. I remember there was fireworks.
I know you were there, PvP, for sure.
Yeah, thanks, Boomer. Now I'm hungry. Air fryer's awesome. Got back one potato. Don't have to heat up the entire house.
We have an air fryer. Yeah.
It got baked one.
We have a popcorn fryer.
Yeah, I want an air fryer. And Suzanne, only a couple of games I like watching the GTA 5 story online. Someone pieced together the story and put it online. Nice there, Bird. And
I'll fork over the $129 for GTA 6.
Hey, well, I got the Vice City game here. You got original Xbox?
No, I got a PS2. I got the GTA games for PS2, and I got it for Switch.
Okay.
Oh, you have Nintendo Switch?
Yeah. That's a good system.
Oh, nice.
So let's see. Nice. Okay, I really thought I was losing it. LOL. I bet still. I didn't get the pleasure of really talking to him all that much there with Gil, and I think my camera froze.
Yeah, I do miss Cardinal Sin. Gil was one of the nicest gentlemen you could ever meet. He was really nice to me. He really was. Yeah. Really an understanding man. And he knew how I was feeling when, 2 years ago when I wanted to start this channel. Really start it, because I had started it earlier, but I hadn't done any streaming. And I really wanted to start streaming and everything. And I really felt if I went to Gil, Cardinal Sin, I could talk to him. And he helped straighten me out, said, hey, this is what you do. LDG will back me up on this. If you want to go to him too, because he's a good person that can provide information, you know. And I said, that's great. And
Yeah.
I said, okay, so, you know, now I'm doing what I'm doing. So I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
And let's see, Bird says, Daniel, hot topics. I only get 30 minutes into GTA. Can't get any further because I can't escape the cops. Oh, that part's their Bird is easy to escape the cops.
Yeah, just spawn a tank.
One star. If you only got 1 star, just drive around until it disappears and try not to commit any felonies. But otherwise, if you got
like
multiple
several
stars, just go inside the gym or go to the shooting range until the stars disappear. That's all you gotta do.
Or you can paint your car. Paint your car and they can't recognize it.
Right.
Oh, that too. But that costs $100 versus building up your skills. And let's see. Boomer, yep, Cardinal, Sin, Rip, and Klobby. Yeah, we lost a lot of people last year.
And Pop Culture Curator, and of course, Bird of Prey 5. All 4 great mentors there. Yeah.
Pop's rants were legendary. So is Bird of Prey 5. But Bird of Prey 5 still has his favorite rant there when he went off on.
Oh, against UPS?
Yeah, that was a great one. The UPS.
Oh, that's still a classic.
The UPS handling his package. I'll never forget that line.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Mike Richards, say hello to my package.
Oh, too good.
Indeed. Gil would run clips of his headbanger music just to try to be crazy. LOL. Even when I didn't agree with everything he was saying, he was great to listen to. Pop, yeah. I don't want to lose any more of you guys, so take care for yourselves. Well, I cut down on my cigarette smoking and switched to cigars for a couple hours every week. So what more can you expect from me?
I'm eating my vegetables and taking my walks every day. So yeah, I'm doing stuff to take care of myself now.
Yeah, and I majorly cut back. Both Suzanne and I, because we have diabetes, we had to cut back sugar, salt, pretty much anything that would affect us, and we're doing well. I mean, she's lost over 100 pounds in the last 6 months, and I've lost 30 pounds myself. So, we're doing okay, Suzanne. Yeah,
Mikey, what's her secret? How did she lose that much in such a short amount of time? Because that's
30 pounds. Well, I mean, I just majorly cut back. No sugar and no salt.
Well, I meant Suzanne though. You said she lost 100
pounds.
Oh,
Suzanne, over 100 pounds.
In 6 months?
She walks a lot. She goes out when she goes to get us our groceries every month. She goes out at least 3-4 times a month. And sometimes I go out with her. So, she walks a lot.
PvP, if you want to lose weight, all you have to do is follow the fundamentals there. Just go for a ton of walks there, eat your vegetables there, and take tons of X-Lax.
Yeah. Thank you, Suzanne. Suzanne.
I do agree with the walking being very good, and I would if my damn knees were better. But right now my knees they're better than they were a month ago because I have lost a few pounds in the last month, and that has taken some of the pain away for sure. They're not as bad as they were. Still, to go on any extended walk, even for 2 or 3 blocks, I know I would struggle at this point. Because I got to get more pounds up before I can go. 5 years ago, I was great. I could walk for an hour, no problem. And I was a lot slimmer then. So I totally get it. Walking is really good.
Yeah, but I want to get these chats caught up. Then I think we'd be a good time to start promoting everybody.
Sure.
So what drives me nuts is most of the people passing lately are younger than me. Oh, Boomer, we were talking earlier in my stream. My class, we've only been out of school for 15 years. We already lost 6 out of the 110 in my class. That's driving me nuts.
Yeah. I'd say I've lost probably my graduating class was exactly, and I remember the number, it was exactly 311 students that graduated in 1983 when I graduated from my high school. And I know we've lost at least a third of them, at least 1/3.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Next year I might start an occasional live stream, starting to get some more regulars on. Yeah. As long as you have fun and you know what your topic's going to be. I hear you, Booger. I'm allergic to marriage. Every one of my husbands have passed away. Older than and younger than me. I'm done. I'm sorry to hear that, Suzanne. It
me
sucks when
too.
you lose your loved ones.
Yeah.
Let's see, Mikey. Super congrats on Sue's on the weight loss. That's awesome.
Thank you, Boomer. Yes,
Yeah.
it's very awesome.
And Mikey, good for her. I fought the battle of bulge my entire adult life, starting when I got my first sit on my butt job.
That's another.
That sucks when you have to sit.
Hey,
that's terrible.
just remember, any wimp can carry a 6-pack. It takes a man to carry a keg. Yeah. Yeah, lots gone from my.
Trying to lift the cake all by yourself.
That's a good one. That was good.
That is good.
Let's see, lots gone from my class. Well, that was prime Vietnam time. Oh, did you guys? Was it you guys got caught up in the middle of Vietnam, didn't you? Yeah. Let's see. Both spouses older than me. Divorced the first, outlived the second. Well, I think this is a good spot to wrap it up because we're pretty much done talking about the topic there, and maybe I'll go catch some Babylon 5 from Matt Life with Matthew. Before we do it, I'm gonna end the poll. Ooh, we got 17 votes in it.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
And Eugene Berg, if he ever wants a review or watch party done of any movie or that he gets to pick it. Let's see. According to the poll, how far into the stream until Gorilla gets himself demonetized? With 33% of the vote out of the 18 votes, 5 to 10 minutes. 10 to 20 minutes got 22%, 20 to 30 got 22%, and quit overreacting got 22%.
I admit that I voted in the 20 to 30 minutes. I gave us the benefit of half an hour.
Well, you were expecting me to call them a bunch of TikTok twats, Reddit retards, and Timu Forrest Gumps, and drop in the F-bomb like every 2 seconds.
Well,
hey, Kevin said we're just getting ready to close up here. What PvP?
Hey, Kevin.
I was just going to say, being as knowledgeable as I am of being a panel member on Gorillas live streams, I voted for A. I didn't figure he'd last more than 10 minutes because he usually doesn't. So.
Well, no, this is one that's just something that really pissed me the fuck off all week. And this was already a bad week with losing another classmate to a drowning accident.
Oh, you did? Oh, that really sucks.
Yeah, I am sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a health related issue, I can kind of work my way through something like that. But when it's a tragic accident, that really sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. She was on vacation there. She was a member of the state patrol there, and she was out boating in South Dakota and went out for a swim and went under and never resurfaced.
Oh my God!
It happened kind of later in the day, and they had to call off the search because of how dark it was getting.
Oh, jeez, that's horrible.
Yeah, see,
I'm sorry to hear that, girl.
Yes, thank you. We're close to make me look thinner, but they didn't fool the flight of the stairs that claps under my door with skirt. Damn it, our Boomer, I divorced both of mine as well, but they passed away. Alrighty. Yeah, Suzanne says I voted for overacting. Scary voted for B. I voted for 5 to 10, says Boomer. Alright, so November I started back to the gym, strictly cardio, went at 237. Now 184 working on nice.
Nice. Congrats, Boomer. Yeah,
congrats. So thank you to Phantom Boomer Explorers for coming. He runs 3 watch parties a week on his Cosby channel, but he puts the promos for those on his YouTube channel. So make sure to check him out. Thank you, Scurvy, for coming. Thank you, Suzanne XT, for coming. Thank you, Kevin Theme Park Adventures, for coming. I hope you rewind and enjoy the show. Mikey, why don't you promote him?
Yeah, Kevin Theme Park Adventure is one of those wonderful young men who actually travel to different theme parks, both in California and Florida, as well as some other locations, and gives his reviews on the theme parks themselves. So if you haven't had a chance to visit any other theme parks in America, check out Kevin's channel. He'll give you the best updates and information on different theme parks and locations.
Yeah.
So
If you ever
check
get
him
to
out.
Minnesota, we'll take you to Arnold's Park at the Valley Fair.
Yeah.
Now, see, thank you, old man Bert, for coming. And thank you for paying for the patches on my for my tires. That's very generous of you. Thank you for that super chat. That was very wonderful of you. And let's see, scroll. While I am scrolling, Daniel, you got anything going on?
No, nothing going on.
Nothing at all.
Nope. Pretty
Well,
much
if I was
the
gonna spend $14 on pizza, might as well just get a DiGiorno.
same. Yeah, I know. I was just so hungry, and I decided, well, 7-Eleven's nearby. Why not just get a pizza?
Yeah. And well, okay, Mike or PvP, what you got going on?
Well, I got some real life stuff to do. I got catch up on laundry and do a few practical things like that. So I don't think anybody's doing nothing tomorrow on Wednesday anywhere. Are none of you guys probably aren't streaming anything. So I'm going to try and catch up on some laundry tomorrow night, and then I got to work tomorrow and Thursday. So I've just got some real life stuff to catch up on because I got to go to that memorial service on Friday for my cousin's wife, and so it's been a kind of a heavy couple of weeks. I got to be honest. It's weighs you down when you lose somebody that you knew for 41 years or whatever, right? So,
Right.
yeah. So we're talking about loss, and it was expected because she'd gotten fairly ill with the cancer for the last 3 months, and then my cousin said she really went downhill at the hospice center the last 2 weeks before she passed away. So yeah, it'll be good though. I'll get to see a lot of family I probably haven't seen in many years, and hopefully everybody will try and have a celebration of a great life, and hopefully there won't be too much doom and gloom there on Friday. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm really thinking about right now. So I'll try. I guess, Gorilla, are you doing Twilight Zone Thursday night? I might be able to pop in there. Okay, what time are you doing that? I just want to check.
Like 9.
So
9 your time.
Okay, that'd be 7 o'clock Pacific then. Okay, I should be able to make it. I'll see. It depends how much stuff I get done tomorrow night, but hopefully I can get off my lazy backside and get something accomplished tomorrow night. So yeah. Other than that, though, I'm not even thinking about my channel these days. It's just second priority.
Alrighty, thank you. And thank you, Connie Cleary, for coming. If you ever need a perk or pick you up for the day, she has a wonderful bird channel where she shows off her birds and all that. It's really cool. So make sure to check her out. And thank you, Herc130, for coming. He has his Mach 1 for Life channel where he's rebuilding his Mach 1 he had in high school. He managed to find it. So make sure to check him out. And thank you, Hakeem, for coming. And while I'm scrolling, PvP, promote yourself.
I thought he just did.
Yeah, he just did.
PvP. Or I said Mikey.
No.
Mikey.
I
Okay.
already did.
Okay, well, Gorilla. Well, Wednesday, of course, tomorrow at noontime Eastern is our 2 reviews. I do 2 episodes of Get Smart, the old spy comedy genre parody series. Early Thursday morning, I'll be doing the A-Team reviews because Thursday, Suzanne and I are going to see Superman. So we're going to go see Superman. And then I think we're going to go see Jurassic World Rebirth after that. So Kevin Theme Park, if you're in the chat watching it right now, don't give me any spoilers, please. Okay? I want to go see Scarlett Johansson being chased by huge, monstrous dinosaurs. Okay? That's all I want. Yeah. And then Saturday, I might be co-hosting with either. I don't know if Sifdan is working or not, and I don't know, but I have a TOS episode picked out. If he does a watch party with us, PvP.
Which one?
City on the Edge of Forever. We haven't seen it.
Oh, wow, he's never seen that one? Oh, my.
He has never seen it, I don't believe. No.
Oh, well.
All right.
Okay, that's
And I'm going to be covering it next week, so. Yeah.
All right.
And then I think Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf might be doing a podcast that I might be a part of, too. So, but that's all that's really coming up this week. I'll be there for you, Gorilla, for sure, on Friday with, the Waltons, The Vigil, season 5, episode 2. So,
all right.
That's
Thank
for sure
you.
on Friday.
Yeah. And guys, I put a link for the Life with Matthews Babylon 5 stream. I want all 6 of you who are watching to go into his channel. Tell him he's a dick for streaming over tell Gorilla Ray, but tell him he's a dick for streaming over the all-important Cigar Lounge. And speaking of Life with Matthew, thank you for Professor Bracepex for coming. He's a co-host on Matthew's channel and Jeopardy, so make sure to check him out. Thank you, Jeff B, for coming. Thank you, Cynthia, for coming. What are you guys watching this week?
Well,
we are doing a continuum on tomorrow after the roundtable. On Friday, still doing the Reincarnated as a Slime. And on Saturday, you'd have to ask Mikey.
All right, thank you. And what do you got going on?
Well, we have the roundtable tomorrow, and we'll have gonna shake it up for the kaiju on Monday. We'll be doing a Gamera movie on Monday.
Okay,
Ooh,
thank you.
Gamera.
And thank you for that super chat. That's really generous of you. And as for me, Thursday we'll be starting the Twilight Zone because I kept falling asleep during the Sarah Connor Chronicles, so I said fuck it. And then we'll have the Waltons episode. I think the Vigil or something, or
It's the Vigil. It's the Vigil.
Yeah.
Season 5, episode 2. That's our next one.
Yeah, and then Sunday we'll have a movie night. I haven't decided yet, but I think I might have something up my sleeve here.
By the way,
next Tuesday we'll have another Cigar Lounge.
Yeah.
By the way, I'll let you know after the stream ends, Gorilla, because there was a certain film you asked me if I could find without subtitles, and I haven't had a lot of time to look this week, but I haven't had any luck, unfortunately, yet. So I'll let you know if I do find something.
Yeah, and Boomer says here, more Thin Man Tomorrow. You gotta pee. Do it before you're ready to reveal who done it.
Oh.
No, I did step away to pee. I can't remember what I stepped away for. I had to go do something.
That'd be kind of like if you were watching Empire Strikes Back at the first time at the theater and you had to pee real bad and you walked out just like 30 seconds before the Luke, I'm your father line. Like, wouldn't that be great?
Hey. You did not say, Luke, I am your father. All he
Okay,
said
well,
was, I am your father.
Okay, well, I'm not. I don't remember every line of dialogue in every movie ever made.
No. Actually,
Well,
Gorilla, he said, Luke, I'm your father.
Yeah, I said, Luke, I'm your father. It's the Mandela
No, you
effect.
did not.
It's
No, he did
no,
not.
I am your father.
No, I am your father. Yeah, that's the Mandela effect. That's
Anyway, my point was that would be disaster if you walked out to take a leak right before that scene happened.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, but all right, but everybody, we're gonna wrap it up there. You guys have a good night, and remember to be a gorilla. And you guys want United We Roar or Roar of Gratitude?
Well, it's your stream. You pick it.
Yeah, roar of gratitude.
Good night.
Okay.
We've been stopping, being through the night, rising like a